Alright, I've got something I really like for you today. It's Friday, which means it is Falcom Friday, and we are going to look at a game called The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I won't be playing this one from the beginning. I've got a game that I'm already a large number of hours into. Legend of Heroes is a series that Falcom has been doing for quite a long time. They usually put them out in trilogies, and each trilogy has a different subtitle. I have one of them for PlayStation that's from the previous series from this one. I have this one, and then the more recent one is Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, which I'll probably also show off one of these Fridays. But for now, we're going to look at Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. This is the version that I picked up on GOG. It is a really good, simple, but very, very nice and relaxing JRPG. And I hope you all enjoy. So let's start it up. So I may have to play around with my controls a little bit, but we'll see. Maybe not. So I'm in Chapter 3, and I'm already 20 hours into the game. And that doesn't count the time that I've spent, like, getting killed by really tough enemies. Yeah. They give you lots of save slots, so that's nice. Oh, lots of save slots. Oh, wow. I didn't realize there was this many of them. Yeah, anyway. We will get started. So I'm playing the game on hard difficulty, which makes the battles pretty difficult, actually. I haven't played this in a long time. I'll have to get my bearings a little bit. But the game's got really nice music. The character designs are kind of nice. Oh, I know what I can do. There we go. So, the way that this game works is that you're basically playing a few characters that are trying to join the, what do you call it? It's like the Bracer Guild, which is basically like a mercenary guild. And we are trying to head our way to the industrial city of Zeiss, which means we need to head south. So, I believe... Is this an enemy? Yes. So this kind of has a Grandia style thing going on. The CP are like combo points or craft points. You gain those every time you attack or are attacked, and then you can use them whenever they're handy for you. And when they're above 100, you get special attacks that you can use. Ooh, do that. Nice. One down. So you can see the over on the left side of the screen. There's the list of initiative. It's pretty easy to get your turn order messed up, and the enemies move fast. They get lots of initiative. And then you'll also notice that there are bonuses that you get. You see over just to the right of the character portrait, there's an exclamation point. That means she'll do a critical hit this turn if she hits. That's nice. You can also gain hit points, gain magic points, depending on how you line things up. You can see the little heart there means they'll gain 10% of their hit points. And so there's a bit of a time management aspect too, because you can interrupt enemy combos and stuff to move them in the list.
Piece of cake.
So you'll notice there that I collected a bunch of little crystal-looking things. Those are what are those called? Those are basically... No, where are they? Yeah, those are quartzes. Or, yeah. Aren't they? No, they're not. They're sepith. There you go. Yeah. And they serve as both a material to make quartzes for you to bring up your abilities, and they serve as a way for you to something for you to sell to get money. There's kind of a little bit of a pseudo economy for that thing as well. Nope, do that one. So it becomes very important to surprise enemies as much as possible on this difficulty level. So I'll be aiming for that pretty much every time. Because that extra little bit of attack time that you get can be very helpful.
That's that then. Let's move out.
There's little bits of voice acting here and there. It's not bad. Here is something cool. Treasure chests, right? Treasure chests are common in every game, and once they're open, there's not much you can do about them. But in this game, they did something really great with it. Every chest that you open has a unique... Well, I don't know if they're all unique, but I've seen quite a few of them, and they've been unique so far. Every chest that's open has a little message that plays if you look at it again. Ooh, this looks tough. Oh, also, you'll see that I can select these things. This is actually not mentioned very well in the instructions. What I basically do is, if I am in my menu over here, I just basically hit left on the D-pad, and that brings me over here. And then if I hit up or down on the D-pad, that brings me back over here. So, very useful to know. Nice. Does a little damage. Let's see. One down. Yeah, surprising is very important because enemies are punishing. I mean, it's mostly the difficulty level that I've chosen, but it's still a big deal.
Take him down.
Nice. Extra damage because it's a critical. Now, another thing that's interesting is that there's no defense capability. Boom! Got him. And petrified them.
Alright, we're good to go.
So this game has a lot of nice, cute little features. One of them is, where is it? Cooking. There's a lot of recipes. And some of them are recipes that you can only use like when you're not in a battle, and some of them specifically are battle recipes. And so you have to pick up or find ingredients to put them all together. But some of them are actually really good, especially compared to the items that you can buy in the shop, which are fairly weak as far as their healing capabilities go. One down. Some crafts are single attack, some crafts are area of attack. Spells take time to cast, so you have to manage your initiative very carefully. Another thing to note is that your experience that you get from enemies is scaled by your level, and so it becomes very hard to actually grind in this game. And so there is actually a lot of, I can't grind anymore, it's time to actually do some strategy.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Let's see. So the last thing that happened in this game is that we basically did some work for the mayor and discovered that he was of that city we were just in, which is Ruan. We did some work for the mayor of Ruan and found out that he was a criminal, so we caught him. No, I think we just need to go south. So when I was on my way through here the last time I played this, I think I got into a bunch of really tough fights for missions. Because since we're trying to join this mercenary guild, there's a lot of missions to do. All of these are like things that I've had to do in order to, you know, clear all the stuff. And each city has its own list of stuff. You can see here that I missed this one. If you're not careful, you can expire some of the missions, and then you can't get them anymore. So it's good to keep a close eye on what's available. Oh boy, here we go. So there's a lot of different arts that you can get too. It's actually pretty cool. Basically the more quartz of a specific type that you equip, the better spells or arts of that element that you get. He is not being used very much as a... Isn't it Jacob, I think? He's not being really used as much of a magic user. Which is fine. She's Estelle. And then, I can't remember her name. I haven't played this in a very long time. Way too long. It's one of those games I always forget to play. I don't know why. Oof, that's a lot of damage. I have a quartz equipped that gives me information about the enemies, which is very nice. Also, different characters' weapons will have different ranges, which is kind of a cool thing. Like, his range, I think, is 2. The girl with the rapier has a range of 1. And I think Estelle has a range of 3, depending on the weapon that she has. It's nice that attack missed. Oh, I should have attacked the other thing. Wow, it's just going after her, huh? Then the character portraits change, which is kind of cool.
Nicely done.
And I think that the... There it is. I gotta, yeah, it's Chloe. Okay, now well, I don't remember. I looked up her name. But what I get... Oh, it's Joshua, not Jacob. Man. I got Estelle's name right, so... It's good to stay prepared for battles because you can easily get overwhelmed if you're not careful. And if you're not careful, enemies will chase you down. almost got one. Oof. No. Can't reach. No elemental weaknesses, so... Maybe you can throw that out pretty quickly. That'll help her avoid the next attack. Maybe? Yeah. A little strategy there. He doesn't need the hit points, but... Ooh, it's gaining some hit points back. But she's still dodging. That's good.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Alright. We are at the Airleton checkpoint. And we were here earlier. We had to, take care of a guy who was making a irritating, spectacle. Agreed. And it's actually a really, like, I'd say, like, realistic kind of feel to it, where it's like, oh yeah, we have to, you know, get paperwork and get passports stamped and all that stuff, and I can't move the camera here. And then all the different characters have names and stuff. It's actually pretty nice. Right, I am going to save first. Just in case. Also, oh, we can just see the... vegetable sandwiches. And then the Sepith sales rates are different in different places. So, you know, certain places it's better to sell Earth Sepith, and certain places it's better to sell whatever. So it's actually a pretty neat little system. You get most of your Mira from selling Sepith. And I have a lot stored up, actually. I must have not bought any quartzes recently. He means it's full of monsters. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Yeah, so this Duke guy here was making a mess and we had to get him out of there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can, like, choose to rest here, so we're just gonna have to, use some inexpensive vegetable sandwiches. Make sure that we're all pretty well healed up. Alright, I think we're good. The cool thing about food is that it usually does a lot of neat, like, special things. So, like, you can restore CP, craft points that way. You can cure sleep. You can increase movement, increase defense, cure poison. There's even some food that will, like, pick you up from KO, yeah. Cures freeze, cures poison, cures... Here's another one, the Azalea Rose. I could make 5 of those if I wanted to. I'll make 2, why not? And there's little sound effects and stuff. It's actually pretty cool. And some stuff is, like, actually scary to use, so... HP KO cure, hit HP, 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 HP. Okay. Well, I think we're good. We don't have anything that fixes up EP, and we haven't used that many of our EP anyway, so... Graphics are pretty simple, but pretty decent. And now we're going to be a party of just 2 again. I think that I haven't seen this in this game. We haven't ever really gotten a big party for a long time, which makes the game actually really difficult. Tricky, even, because you get outnumbered in almost every fight. Yeah, I just finished a really cool little side quest kind of thing where you have to be part of a play in, at the academy that she has, goes to. It was kind of fun. Clunk. It was written right there in the script notes. Whoa, enemies. Okay, it's by itself. That's good for a start. Weak against wind, uses earth-based arts. Interesting. Probably has high defense looking at it. Should I try airstrike? We'll start with this. Take! Okay, his defense isn't crazy. It's strong, but it's not crazy. Nice.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, we're still a long way from a level. Yeah, it pays to kind of go slow, because otherwise you will find yourself... Not that map. Not that map either. They simplified it a little bit for us. They, ooh, resist. Interesting. It doesn't seem to have any strengths or weaknesses as far as elements go, so... It's not bad. We can still do it. Oh, he's resisting the petrify.
Alright, we're good to go.
That must be it. Yeah, so if I go to equipment... Okay, it doesn't say anywhere that his... Oh no, that's in his orbment. So, everybody gets these little orbment equipment things, and... there are a certain number of slots in them, and you have to open up the slots by using Sepith and money. But as you can see, I've equipped a Petrify thing here, which gives a 10% chance to petrify enemies based on hitting them. She's got the Eagle Eye, which increases the distance you can see to enemies in the overworld. There's a lot going on. The game systems are pretty fun. One thing I will say is that the game has a weird frame rate issue, where it seems like the frame rate chugs a lot, so watch out for that. Yeah, ever since I double-checked the first treasure chest that I did that, and that was like probably 15 hours into the game, I've been checking them all from here. Not so bad. Some of them are more clever than others. Slowly. Carefully. Head south. Oh, we got something over there. You can save anywhere, which is nice. And that chest right there probably has enemies in it, just based on the fact that it's the colorful kind. We'll do that. Critical bonus. And this should do it.
good to go.
Now these chests with enemies in them are usually really hard. So I'm going to just... Oh, what? Oh, okay, nothing in it. I guess they aren't all unique messages. Yeah, that frame tearing is actually happening to me too, and it happens whether I'm recording or not. I think it's trying to draw like the entire level, regardless of where the camera is looking. Let's try it. Okay, physical attacks are reasonably effective. Strength up. That does it.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Oh, more of it. But there's at least no branches here, so I just need to not get killed by enemies. Like that thing, whatever that is. One of those monster carapaces. Oh boy. Ooh, this looks tough. I think we can take him. One down. Ooh, spooky. Gotta be careful. Let's just dual strike him. That should take him out. Ooh, not quite. Oh, buff? Okay. What's he gonna do? Oh, he's preparing another art. Oh, he guarded. Oh, is that what that does? Some of the descriptions are a little vague.
Alright, we're good to go.
Despite the fact that the character models in the overworld are kind of cartoony, they did a lot of different animations for them and stuff. It's actually pretty nice. Oh, there's an orbit charging station here. It counts as a rest. I'm just gonna pass him by. These guys aren't interesting enough for us to worry about fighting. Oh, and there's more. Caldea Limestone Cave. It's probably closed off, is my guess. No, for a critical, we'll use something really good. Wait, will Hurricane hit both, or will Comet hit both of them? Nope. Hurricane it is. Ooh, a miss. One down. Oh, it drains. Okay, interesting. And it's fast. Ooh, damage and speed drop. got him.
Piece of cake.
Off limits. I can go there, but I don't need to. So it's probably better if I hold off for now. Wait, what is he on? We'll finish him that way.
That's that then. Let's move out.
You gotta watch out with that dual strike skill, because it seems to me that it only does a two-hit roll once. So, if you miss once, you miss both hits. So it can be very disappointing to use it and then miss twice suddenly. I think she has a really good wind art, doesn't she? Yeah, aerial. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. That area of effect stuff is wonderful. Yeah. Ooh, it has like 1 hit point left. Yeah, 9 hit points. That's ridiculous. Well, Hurricane, that should work. Yes. Confused? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, whiff. It's gonna critical, huh? Yeah, it hurts, but it's not that bad. He had full health, so...
That's that then. Let's move out.
This way first. Leave him alone. I wonder why these treasure chests are all full. Yeah, I don't know why the frame rate is like this. I really think it's just like trying to draw the whole level rather than what is being seen. That seems to be what's happening, because it usually happens like at the edges of levels and stuff like that. Whatever. Uh-oh. Some kind of story thing. Okay. Joshua noticed the, he's actually got a pretty good eye in general. speaking of which... It says rest, but really, I mean, we're just charging our orbments. Like, it's like, put your arm in it and then go, right? I don't know. So we had a mission earlier. Actually, let me find it. I think it was in Roland that we had a mission to, yeah, replace lamps. New party member? Oh, I hope so. Yeah. They're not convinced. Let's do it. I like the boss music in this game. I guess she joins the party? Ooh, she is weak. She does not have a whole lot of hit points. One down. She only has arts for now. Try this. Ouch. I'm gonna have to heal her up. Oh, and they're fast too. Look at that.
Let's do this!
One down. Or I guess that's two down. But they're probably still gonna take her down. Oh, it missed! Yes! But man, they're fast.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, you see how they just got a bunch of attacks all at once? Like, it's crazy. Oh, reviving? That's weird. I can't reach her? Oh, because the enemies are in the way. Right, right. I'm trying to figure out why I couldn't reach her. One down. Or that's three. Oof. Just dual strike him.
We're good to go.
I'll have to pick her up in a minute. So in this game's world, Septium is like this. It's like crystallized magic, basically. It's used as a power source and a magic thing, and it's kind of a catch-all MacGuffin. face? Zeiss is just Tokyo. Stop! Alright. Alright, that gets us back on the road. Now we run back. I guess we might as well fight a couple monsters and see what Tita can do. So if you get knocked out, you lose all of your craft points. Nice. I can't flicker. Gotta build up our craft points all the way from scratch. Okay. She has a ranged attack. That's kind of cool. Most characters' attacks are just melees.
Alright, we're good to go.
Oh, she's leveled way down compared to us. I guess that makes sense. I've had to grind quite a bit to actually beat the enemies in hard. We'll use the charging station once more. Those things are not common. They by no means appear in every dungeon. And they almost... There are a couple of times that they appear before the boss fight, but they usually do not. So, don't depend on those. It'll still do damage. 80%'s not bad. One down. Ooh, hurts. Hit him! Hit him! You can sometimes cancel arts, but it's by no means reliable.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Which is too bad, honestly, because the more strategy things you can do, the more interesting the game is, right? But if you can't rely on attacks to cancel arts, then what's the point, right? I don't know. It reminds me of Grandia and Grandia 2, where that kind of stuff is... timing is really important. And it makes the battles a lot of fun. This one's very turn-based, but it's still a fun game. I don't know, I play games for, you know, music and goofy stories a lot, so...
Yeah.
Nice. Flicker! This is a cool attack. And it slows them down, so it's good if you're getting turn swamped.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, normally Joshua's the one who gets surrounded and destroyed by enemies that all attack him at the same time. So I was a little surprised that it happened to Estelle. That's why Estelle has more experience points than Joshua. Is because basically it's happened several times where the enemies just surround Joshua and beat the crap out of him. Alright, one down. Keep it up.
Piece of cake.
Alright, we're almost out. Nice. Turn the camera. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, okay. When they said orbment thing, I thought they meant that it was a place where we upgrade our orbments, but apparently not. So I think I've opened up everybody's slots. Yeah. You can synthesize quartz. See how those are pretty expensive. Well, we'll have to think about it. I don't want to... We'll have to think carefully about it. So let's look around the city first. Oh, I can buy a Celia Roses here. Nice. You can sometimes buy stuff, you can make it, and if you buy something that you haven't made before, the first time you eat it or use it, you'll learn how to make it, basically. So it's helpful to make sure that you have a couple of everything. Here's... yes. So, as you can see here, I'm for the cost of, like, you know, say 100 Mira, I'm making something that heals 500 hit points and cures KO. So it makes sense to spend a lot of your money on the ingredients rather than healing items directly. Landing port. Even the cat has a name. Nice. You know, it's funny that she's used to airships, but she's like an elevator. You know, if you think about it, it's like, well, yeah, but they're airships. It's an escalator. Oh, sorry. Glass of water. Oh, if you just stand there, it just takes you immediately? That's cute. I wonder if you can... You can. Awesome. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oof. Yeah, that frame rate, man. Is this the guild? Yes, Bracer Guild, here we are. So in order to become full-fledged bracers, we basically have to go around to the 5 different branches, I think it's 5, and do jobs for all 5 of them. And then we become, you know, full-fledged bracers. So Cassius, I think, is Estelle's father and Joshua's foster father. Basically, at the start of the game, he finds Joshua and raises him as his own son. Yeah, so we found this black orbment on the way here, and we've been investigating that, too. I'm good at my job. Here's this. Long term. Chronocider? So you basically pick up jobs at these bulletin boards and complete them at your leisure. And if you take too long, well, then you miss them. So food to everyday goods. Alright, what do we got? Those are pricey. It's really expensive to buy the really good healing items. But I do try to keep a couple of them on hand anyway. Here's the Liberal News. Ingredients. Oh, those are pricey, yeah. Celia's Elia Rose does require some pretty expensive ingredients, but it's still cheaper than, and better than a lot of the stuff that you can buy. I mean, it's a trade-off. You notice I have big round numbers in most of these. I think I have enough olive oil. I'll just buy a couple of them, just in case I get a recipe that needs them later on. Got a bunch of those. Okay, we're pretty well stocked up. Which is a little surprising considering, I gotta run to the... There we are. Here's the weapon shop that... Interesting. Pricey, huh? Interesting. We got some stuff that prevents status effects. And they're expensive too. Defense up. Work jumpsuit. Yeah. $106 and $118, that goes up to... Ooh, that's pretty significant. We're gonna have to do some conversion. Oh, this is not looking good, huh? Yeah. Yeah, money is hard to get in this game. You get it mostly from doing quests. But as you can see, I really can only afford to buy one item. Like, one metal jacket. I'm really close to being able to upgrade both of their weapons. And that might actually be worth doing first. let's do that. Why not, right? Nope, nope, nope. There we go. And upgrade that. I'll sell the stuff that can be bought. Do I have that many shield vests? Huh. Okay, I'll sell them. So when people leave the party, they just drop their stuff off, so I maybe shouldn't have sold that stuff immediately, but whatever. I got enough to buy something else. One metal jacket or craft shoes for everybody? Get rid of the double spikes. Okay, not bad, not bad. Get both. And it's kind of cool. Each town has several different shops, and there is some kind of overlap in what they do, what they provide. So it's kind of nice. She's a very enthusiastic maid. Oops. He seems busy. Oh yeah, one more place to look. Ritter Roadway and Train Plains Road? Okay, it's just a path to another area. There's the port again. Alright, cool. The stairs. Well, this is that emergency stairway that Tita was talking about earlier, right? We've actually already been there, haven't we? Oh, this is a request to the bulletin board. I don't even remember what the thing was about. Uh-huh. Third floor design room, fourth floor lab and clinic. I guess we're gonna do a little mission. Oh wow, there's quite a few floors, huh? So, when you do stuff, information gets put into your guild book. And there's Antoine again. One down. I'm sure we'll have to explore this all later, so let's just finish the mission. Or at least make progress on it. Let's see. Clinic. Give me a second here. Let's see. Where do we need to go? Where's the book? Oh, wrong button. There it is. Got it. Bitter tomato. We grab the tomato. Off we go. Alright, let's head back down to the library. Archives, I guess, right? Oh, is that it? Materials. Arable woodpecker. What? They say it's in Zeiss, huh? Temp Librarian Plus. Approach the Man of Stone standing in silence within the mountain village pond. Oh boy. Oh, the Zeiss region. That's... a little more than I was thinking that we would have to worry about. So every time that you finish things, you get bracer points too, and they give you rank up basically. Right. He's not here. Ah! Try again. Now they both forgot about us. Horrible energy as applied to force fields. And then there. Only natural. looks like it shut down all horrible everything. Like an EMP blast or something. So we're gonna have to make a quick run to the trap plains at some point too. And I think we'll call it a night there. So yeah, this has been Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. There are 3 parts to this game. I have all of them, but apparently the story only proceeds when you... I mean, the story basically of Part 2 proceeds exactly from the end of Part 1, so you kind of got to finish them in sequence. But maybe I'll show off. I have one of the ones for PlayStation. I imported it a while back. But yeah, maybe we'll play some more of this some other Friday. This is one of those games where I always get caught up in it whenever I play it. So yeah, that'll do it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.